Wonderful woman, accounting for the not-for-profit entities. Wonderful woman.
Our museum is in dire straits. No one cares about not-for-profits or their history anymore. If this trend continues, the museum will close forever.
People don't realize NFPs don't operate like other entities.
Whereas a business looks to earnings for resources, not-for-profits look to donors, grantors, lenders, and bondholders.
That's why there have always been special accounting rules for NFPs.
Personally, I think people were always confused by having 3 categories of net assets on the books.
That's why the FASB decided to simplify the standards to now have only 2 classes, those with donor restrictions and those without. But I don't think it'll be enough to save the museum.
No, it won't. That's why I've brought someone here with a plan to save our museum. Let me introduce Diana Princess, curator of the French NFP Museum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have brought a special historic relic to display at a gala to be held at your museum. It will inspire people to attend your museum and to give money to support your cause.
Oh.
Can I touch it?
It is on loan with one stipulation. No one must ever touch it. Mere mortals cannot withstand its power.
I'm really glad you're here to help, Diana. The NFP Museum means everything to me.
I understand about your low attendance, but tell me about your accounting problems.
Mostly it's new disclosures. For instance, we must disclose self-imposed limits on the use of our resources.
Like board designations and such?
That's right.
Well, that doesn't seem too difficult.
But then we have to disclose the composition of the donor-restricted net assets.
I see. So you'll have to explain how the restrictions affect the use of the resources.
Now you're beginning to see the big picture. Diana, have you ever worked with the NFP before?
Not in this capacity. How long have you been at the museum?
My whole life, and it's not been easy. I try to come up with new ways to help, but I get shut down by the board or told I don't know what I'm doing. It makes it tough.
Well, we can do this together. Now, what to wear to the gala?
There is a new mall that just opened in the valley. Maybe you can find something there tomorrow.
The city's socialites will be out in full regalia this weekend as they attend the unveiling of the NFP relic at the National Not-for-Profit Museum of History. The goal is to replenish the founder's endowment, which, sadly, is now underwater. As a result, they will have new disclosures so the users will understand the situation.
What do I care about that? When my new mall opens today, people will get everything they want, all in one place. However, if I could bring that relic to my mall, then everyone would come here to see it. With that power, I could take over the world. Welcome to the mall. Life is good, but the mall is better. All you need is here. Think about finally having everything you've always wanted in one place. It's here at the world's biggest new mall.
Diana?
Steve, is it really you?
Yeah, I think so. Where are we?
At the mall. But this can't be.
What, at a mall?
No, you being here at all.
Whatever. So, what's the problem now?
Well, the museum is losing attendance, and they now have to disclose their methods for allocating costs between program and support functions.
Ooh.
Not only that, they now have to report their expenses in 2 categories instead of 1.
You mean by both functional and natural classification?
Yes. But how did you know?
Well, I did just appear from the past for no apparent reason.
But how would I show that information?
You could show it on the face of the statement of activities, in a separate statement, or even in the notes.
You know, I don't really think you were here.
So I guess maybe I'm not.
This reminds me of something that happened on my Amazon island home when I was younger.
People have forgotten to care about others as we Amazons do. Sadly, the result will be that NFPs will fail.
How can I help?
You must help the NFPs to better understand contributions received and contributions made.
But I don't understand.
Neither does anyone else. You see, people can't seem to figure out whether a transaction is a contribution or an exchange under other guidance.
The determining factor would be whether the resource provider receives commensurate value in exchange. And if they did, then it would be a revenue rather than a contribution.
And remember, Diana, benefits received by the general public as a result of the assets transferred is not commensurate value received by the resource provider.
I will use this knowledge to help them.
Be careful, Diana. The world is not yet ready for all our advanced Amazon ways.
In other news, local not-for-profits are having problems with the increase in conditional gifts. This means that they cannot recognize a gift that has any condition that would require them to return the gift. Fortunately, the relic being showcased at the gala this weekend is not affected.
With my new mall at maximum capacity, it's time for the next step, to get the relic. Once it's here, people will forget about caring for one another and only think about one thing, coming here to shop at the biggest mall in the world.
I have a funny feeling about the safety of the relic. Barbara, is that you? What are you doing to the relic?
I'm going to use the relic to right many wrongs.
You don't understand its full power. You could get hurt.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not so fast, Barbara.
I'm not Barbara anymore. I'm Cheater, and I always win.
Not today. You see, GAP has rules for the accounting of collections, such as this relic.
I know. If an item is removed from a collection, then the NFP must disclose its policy for the use of the proceeds.
You could have a policy that allows the proceeds to be used for direct care of the collections.
Direct care? What does that mean?
Precisely. And that is why the entity's definition of direct care will have to be disclosed.
I'm beginning to see the light.
I know down deep inside you want to do great things for the right reason, like saving this museum. And if we can't bring the people to the museum, we can take the museum to the people. Will you help me?
Anything from our museum, wonderful woman.
I think I have a plan.
I heard you've been having a few problems at your museum.
Yes. In addition to low attendance, we're also having trouble assessing the impairment of goodwill each reporting period.
Why don't you simply amortize it and make it go away?
Now, why didn't we think of that?
So what else can I help you with?
We'd like to rent a large space at your mall. We think being here would boost attendance.
You're in luck. Don't tell anybody. I heard a rumor that one of our biggest anchors is closing, and if they do, space is yours.
Yes! Woo!
Maxwell here. Speak.
We just found out that our biggest tenant is going out of business And now our only recourse is to lease the space really cheap to a not-for-profit museum.
Biggest tenant? Sears is going out of business? Be serious. If they went out of business, where would people buy anything, huh?
You tell me. Anyway, you're fired.
You're firing me because I lost one anchor after all I've done for you?
Well, actually, we're not firing you over that. We found a notebook in your office entitled Evil Plans to Take Over the World.
Oh, that.
Now, what was that you said about the Amazons ruling the world?
Wonderful woman.